Hey everyone, good evening or good morning, depending where you are in the universe. My name is Dan Wong. I am your friendly neighborhood host and MC for tonight. Today, we have a special event and a number of great people to chat with and share some information. If you're here and would like to drop in a note or say hi, feel free to do that in the chat. And while we do that, this apparently is a launch party. Christopher, what are we celebrating? Why are we raising a toast? Why are we having a drink? What's going on today?
Everybody raise your glasses. We are celebrating the launch of the Ruins of the Earth mobile game. And yes, congratulations. And I should say, this is what gave it away, is the red breast. For anyone who are fans of Ruins of the Earth, this is Wick's Scotch single malt of choice. So congratulations, everybody.
Wow. Congratulations to everyone here. And for those that have never heard of Ruins of the Earth, what in a quick elevator pitch or in a party cocktail description, Christopher, how would you describe Ruins of the Earth as start off before the game, before we even talk about the game?
Yeah. Military science fiction, small team unit trying to save Earth against an alien invasion, and all hell breaks loose. It actually came to me when Fortnite was really starting to come out, and they had the battle royale and these, like these outer circles closing in and compressing everybody. I'm like, oh, that would make such a good book. And so, because I was watching my kids play this, and I was like, I'm going to do that, but have these giant domes that surge in and compress all these people and force them to do something that they don't want to do. And I thought that was a good hook. So,
and I know we're here to talk about the game, but I think it really would be, I think I really enjoyed the series. I think it would be really good for those who haven't had the opportunity to learn more about it. This isn't, you've already talked about a book. Is it one book? Is it a series? What's the background? What's the property here?
Yeah, that's great. And we'll find out about how Ilan found about this as well, too. Because I'm curious. But we had 6 books in Ruins of the Earth in the franchise, and then we just released book 7, and it's going to hit Audible here in just a couple weeks. I just turned in book 8, and I am midway through writing book 9 right now. So pretty excited for this this continuation, and the game. It all kind of converges at the same time. It's pretty fun.
Oh, excellent. And I think without further ado, I also want to introduce 2 of the other guests tonight. So Ilan and Miriam. So welcome. Ilan, why don't we start with you? Maybe just a quick introduction, who you are, and maybe a little bit about your connection to the game. I think that'd be great for people to learn about.
Well, sure. So I've been doing games, creating games for 30 years now, from flight simulators to social games. My last company did games for Hollywood. And then we are building a new type of game company. And we were looking for interesting and fun things to start doing the way we think games should be done in the future, or actually the future is 2 hours ago. But so, and then we looked, and I love sci-fi and military sci-fi, especially something with action in it. And the way I read the books, and it turned out that, I was like, it's exactly the opposite way of Christopher. I was like, oh, this would make a really, really cool game.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks for sharing that. And we'll dig a little bit more about the genesis and just the connection. But Miriam, over to you. Maybe for you to introduce yourself and tell us how you're connected and involved with the game.
Sure. So I'm doing the social media and promotions for Playo, and work closely with Christopher about his amazing book and amazing game we just released. So for me, just was a pleasure to work with Chris on everything related to the book and to see how every detail is important for him and should appear in the game. And I just love the results. I'm not a big fan of, I'm sorry for that, but I'm not a big fan of this guy. But I think that what Chris does is amazing, and I really enjoyed to read his book also.
Mm.
Well, excellent.
Thank you, Miriam.
Sure.
So, so Christopher, back to you. I think I know that the game just launched. I've had the privilege of beta testing the initial 2 levels. I think it was actually a lot of fun. I actually personally hadn't really gotten too many games just because that really, not that I grew out of it, but I think there's a lot of other things unfortunately took up my time. But playing that game, I thought I can't wait for the full version. So I know that it dropped just recently. So I'm looking forward to the full version. Can you describe, Christopher? I think, yeah, like what made you want to put out this game? You talked about Fortnite, but anything else in terms of just the idea of going to a mobile game?
Yeah, I think the first introduction app actually happened with a mutual friend for Ilan and I, who is another really well-respected author in the science fiction community. And I remember I was on a call with him, and he's like, "Oh, Christopher, you gotta meet Ilan. Like, this guy, he is so ahead of his time, and he's creative, and he he's developing this game company, and he has this wealth of experience, and I think you would really hit it off with him." And I'm like, sure, hey, I'm always up for meeting somebody new, especially somebody who apparently likes my books. So that's better than the people who hate your books, right? And I think I want to say it was over a year ago now, Ilan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've been working at this for quite a while. And I just remember, Ilan, your enthusiasm for the book, and like, hey, let's, and we were even talking about which IP to go with, and the idea of Wick and having a talking rifle, which is, for people who know, that's like par for the course for Ruins of the Earth. That just kind of set everything off from there. I think it's like, oh, we can have the gun talking to Wick, and it could just be, walking through a street and shooting Androckedons, and it kind of, again, wrote itself. So I think for him to say, yeah, this works as a game, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. So it was a very natural evolution. The conversation was very easy, and I think we've always gotten along so well. So it was more like having a conversation with a buddy that you've known for 20 years about, hey, let's do something fun, than it was necessarily a business relationship right from the beginning. So I've really appreciated that.
Oh, excellent. And maybe a little bit about Playo. So that's your company. Can you share a little bit about what makes you proud of the company? What makes it stand out from the rest?
So we started the way, and Chris will start. What we do, we use a huge amount of AI. I mean, the heavy lifting is done by AI. There's still humans, because AI right now is like, it's a really, really good sprinter, and it like falls dead just before the finish line. So we said a few years ago, it's like AI is going to be huge, and the way the game business is built, which I don't like. It used to be like hobbyists and people sitting at home and coding and coming out to really fun games, and it became such a huge business that it's really, really, really boring. So we said, let's go back with AI to the place where we could just create games that we like. And the fact is that we had all this tooling. It took a year because it was to write the tools, but from now on, we can basically make a game from Christopher's other books almost immediately. So it'll take us a month to do another. We can just now, he can decide on more stories. It doesn't matter at this point.
I'm excited about that idea of the Hopper universe, the Hopperverse, as many of us call it, being able to be expanded so easily. So I'm hopeful that means that there will be naked monkey butts coming out from Ruins of the Galaxy soon. So I'm going to make a pitch on Naked Monkey Butt.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think that's really true, is the sky becomes the limit. You know, this idea of like many things in the creative space, I like what you said, Ilan, that AI helps do the heavy lifting so that you can focus on the more creative sides that only humans can do. I think that's really, really powerful. And I think we're seeing that throughout technology as a whole, whatever the industry might be. But it does free you up to go, okay, wait, now that X and Y aren't issues anymore, what could Z look like? And so you become much more of a director and an Imagineer. Not to, Disney's gonna copyright violate us now, but to be somebody who imagines and spends your time in that, it's really a beautiful thing. And even some of the levels we've talked about and some of the things coming, Moose, are so fun, and I'm really excited to just delight the public. I think, you know, for fans to go like the first time they play this game tonight and they hear Wick and Chuck talking to each other, it's so cool. Like, I don't even care anymore what happens. I'm just like, they're talking. Chuck is talking. This is awesome.
You know, you're expanding, you're building this part of the Hopperverse, and being able to see them come to life in a different format. You've had it in print and audiobook, and now in the mobile game environment. I think that is cool.
Yeah.
So for those who haven't tried out the game or didn't have the privilege of beta testing it, Christopher, can you share a little bit, like describe the game just to get people excited about wanting to download it and try it? Like what about this game? Tell us about describe the game to us.
Yeah. So I think the first design decision we had to come to is, did we want to make this like a first person shooter, which is kind of what everybody thinks of, or do we want to try something slightly more retro? And Ilan, you had this idea.
Yeah, like FPS shooters tend to be really for hardcore gamers. They wanted everybody to be able to play it, especially on mobile. So the idea was to have like an isometric, that you run around, you see more of the environment, you see more things happening. You get a sense, because the game doesn't stand by itself. It's supposed, the way we see it, the success is if you feel like you're experiencing some part of the book, where the combat, the environment, the dialogue, the puns, everything else. That's a success of it. It's not about, there's no commercial success side to it at all. It doesn't matter to us. The matter is, so we wanted to have a feel of the environment, be able to go around, explore a bit, even in the first few levels, which are smaller. Second levels are going to be much bigger, and now we can expand it to other places. You can even look at places that are not in the book and do in other environments. Maybe have side quests or stuff like that.
Oh. And I remember, Ilan, you showed me, you're like, hey, do you remember Diablo? And this, this kind of like 3/4 view, top down. And I was like, oh, that's so good. And it felt just like a natural, like a classic adventure style 3/4 view. And you guys were able to put that together really fast. And I was just like, yes, this is the direction. This is the direction. And then it became an evolution where you're like, hey, we're going to put team members in. And so we got, in the first level, we have Bumper and we have Hollywood. It's just so fun. Like, it was, every beta test I played, I'm smiling ear to ear.
So, and how many levels are there going to be? Has that been set yet, or sky's the limit, or?
Well, the first iteration is going to be about 6 to 8 levels. Might go to 9. We're planning on a surprise level, which I shouldn't say because it's a surprise. But never mind. But
we're gonna have to say it eventually. It's okay.
Yeah, but at that point, I think right now, where everything is set, and we come up with a good idea, we can have the level ready the next day. So if we drink enough today or tomorrow, You might have more levels by next week. That could totally happen.
Well, I think that encourages people who are joining us now, will be listening to the rebroadcast, reach out to Alon, reach out to Christopher, and more game. I think we'll call it hashtag more game, and then that your wish may be granted. I think it sounds like if there's demand, then it can be built.
Yeah, and I think that's probably some of the beauty of the structure is so much time was put into the infrastructure, so that now levels can be iterated almost upon request, and it gives us a feature to talk about. It gives us things to give as gifts in this case, because it's totally free. There's no in-app purchases. It's our gift to the reading community, to the fan base. And just to say, hey, there's a new level that just dropped, and it's in this new environment that from the book, or like Alon said, from somewhere that he could have gone but didn't go. So I think that's pretty special. That's a very unique feature to this platform.
And are we going to be seeing any flounders in subsequent levels?
Maybe. Who knows? I love what Nina says here. So potentially many hours of playtime. Yes. Potentially many hours. Nina. Flounders would be, flying flounders would be great. Rescue a flounder. I could see that happening. Much to Chuck's chagrin. So
you can earn flounder. Maybe we'll have a small fishing mini game.
Ooh.
There you go. Okay, write it down.
Miriam, make a note of this.
I will. You need to do some homework for me,
Yes.
So so the gameplay is going to speak for itself. I think what I think might be of real interest to a lot of people who find the game or want to learn more about it is really just kind of behind the scenes. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about that in terms of like the creative North Star, in terms of that development, the discussion you talked about. Was there a creative North Star that helped you, that you agreed on at the outset that helped make decisions or the development simple or on focus?
Okay. Chris was really nice to us. First off, because he said we had so many ideas. Like, okay, we can't really do that by next week, so you have to wait for this, like for the next game or something like that. But really, it was about capturing something which we can't really tell what it is. We can only once we play it, say, okay, we got it. So, and we failed a few times. There were a few interesting. We found a few things by just like creating. For example, nobody knows what the characters looks like. There's some descriptions in the book, and Chris sent us his own notes on it. And then we couldn't understand something. So, Chris, you want to say something about this?
Yeah. So I went to my Discord server, and on Discord I'm like, okay, everybody, and I'm thinking this is cut and dry. And actually, Dan, we're gonna do this with you. What color hair does Wick have?
I always thought it was red.
Thank you. Okay.
You're the only one outside of Chris.
So this is an amazing point. Nowhere in the series, is Wick's hair colored mentioned. I could have sworn I said he was a redhead. Irish Catholic from Brooklyn. Like
I think because the Irish in my mind, just the way you described them, I just automatically went like he has to be like this redhead, like mountain of a man. So
okay, all right. I get another. Alon, I get a second vote. G-Nuts.
Gerard. G-Man.
So, but I got a myriad of responses from dark brown to black to salt and pepper. I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I had to go back to Alon, like much to my own chagrin, and be like, you're right. It's not mentioned in the books. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, we don't mind. The launch page for the game, when I saw him, I'm like, yeah, that was Wick. So
not me. Him. How do we get to Alon? Well, I'm just gonna leave it.
This is the character from the game, and this was created directly from the book. It came out read, and we couldn't figure out why, because it's not mentioned in the book.
That is so fun. So, well, okay. And so this gets back to your question, Dan, which is, was there a North Star? And I think for all of us, it has been, is this fun? And that is something I have so appreciated about working with Ilan, with Miriam, with Ben, who couldn't be here tonight, with Alona, who couldn't be here tonight, is it has always been, is this fun? And if this is not fun, let's do something else. And I think that is, it sounds so like maybe campy or trite, I don't know, but it's true. And like even the promotions that we've done, like Miriam, we were on one of our first calls and she saw Moose and she's like, we have to do something with Moose. Moose has to be addicted to this game. And so anybody who's seen my social media knows that we have this whole sketch of Moose being addicted to the game. That's all Miriam. That's 100% Miriam.
To be accurate, in our first meeting when I saw Moose, I told you, why you don't have like a TikTok page for Moose or something like that? I mean, he's a star and you need to do something with that, you know?
He is a star. So we did start an Insta, Miriam, I'm here to tell you, and that's doing well. And we're about to start a TikTok too. So thank you.
Okay, now I relive.
Yeah. Cheers to you, Miriam.
I want some, you know, presence on this, you know. I want the
don't know
credit.
this. Yeah, people don't know this, but Miriam is a superstar. She had like the biggest social media following in Israel, and she's way more famous than all of us guys. So really, we're honored
But
to have her.
I don't have Moose.
But you don't have Moose.
Other problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a pleasure to work with you, Christopher, on the social media project, and the way Chris was commit to the mission, because I saw also the backstage footage of Moose, etc. And Chris like shoot everything one and twice and like a million times, and I was like editing the videos, several of them, and I was laughing so much.
That's real behind the scenes for you, Dan. That's
Yeah.
real
Moose is
behind the
very
scenes.
photogenic and he's very chill. So his celebrity status is quite easily understandable because he just has that presence. So literally speaking too. So
Yeah, for sure. And setup, amazing setup.
That's something only a true production, minded person would appreciate is we nerd out over the lights and the cameras and the, nobody else knows that stuff.
I must say, when I first met you, like Eden told me that we are going to meet an author, etc. And I was like, okay, now I need to explain him everything. And then you joined the meeting and I was like, whoa, this guy knows what he's doing.
I finally know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now I just have to tell that to my kids.
I think you're a man of many talents, Christopher. So I think you're selling yourself short on that. So
thanks, man.
I've had the privilege of witnessing, experiencing many of your talents. So I found it inappropriate, but that's not what I meant. But back to the game. I'm curious. So based on Runes of the Earth, where does the game sit relative to the novels? Is it canon? Is it adjacent? Is it alternate reality? How would you describe the game relative to the novels?
Yeah, I mean, it picks up not in chapter 1 or 2 of book 1, because chapter 1 is really a prologue that happens 20 years prior, and then official chapter 1, and we all know, is in Antarctica, which, by the way, is actually on the docket, I believe.
Yes.
But we pick up like level 1 is Wick. Let's see. I can actually pull it up here if you can see this. Can we do this? Is it okay to do this, Ilan?
Yeah, of course.
So let's see. Freaking love the music. That intro soundtrack is my favorite. I seriously love it. So he's kind of standing in front of New York City here. And so we pick up, he actually will say, like, I think it uses the opening line from the book. We're on a suburban highway outside New York City, coordinated alien drone patrols There's an abandoned corridor bordered by low buildings and trees. And so he actually says
0542, Jersey corridor outside New York. Drone activity along the highway. We clear the scouts. Find the control source. OTF!
Wick, 3 drones by that service building.
They're sweeping traffic lanes. I am the Incredible Chuck, alien AI weapon supreme. Wick, do be sensible and use me on those drones.
Like, it's
quiet and clean. Basic reconnaissance units. Light armor, inflated confidence. A measured pulse will ruin their morning. They prefer.
it's so freaking fun. Like that, like I can't stop smiling because I'm just like literally this is my book, except it's in a video game. Like how cool is that? God.
And so for those who are going to be listening to this, like completely brand new, stumbled upon this event after the fact or now, Christopher, recommendations. Do you need to read the books first, or can you just jump right in and play the game? What would you recommend? What's the author's recommendation?
I would say they're not mutually exclusive. Like you can jump into the game right now, and that's a great portal into if you want to read the books or listen to the books on Audible. I think it's certainly really, really cool if you're coming from the books, obviously, because you already have this nostalgia for the characters and the scenes, and it's going to make a lot more sense. But I think either way you come at it, it's going to be fun.
So a few, I'm curious about something behind the curtain. We get the privilege of talking to the creative team here. Christopher, what was the hardest thing that you had to either cut or agree to be cut that you love but just didn't fit in scope or was convinced that it unfortunately couldn't be part of the game as it was right now?
Boy, that's a good question. Elan, anything come to mind on that front?
I think that the selection of game type, of gameplay, because the book itself is team tactics, right? It's all close quarter battle, and really a tactical squad shooter would be the right fit, but it's a really hard game to play. So we said, no, if you just want to enjoy it, you want to have like an hour playing, running around, shooting aliens, we need to make it more simpler. So we have just Wick, and his companions are behind. They're automatic. You don't have to control them. And the controls themselves. So we made it intentionally easier to play. Just so you can just like go through it and have fun.
Yeah. And I think, no matter what game you're playing, no matter what platform, squad tactics is a challenge. So I think, that's true. It's for us, it became enough just to see two of the characters running beside him. I think that was pretty fun. So yeah, I mean, I feel pretty happy about that.
So as a completely non-technical person who only enjoys playing games, Elan, like is it an order of magnitude more difficult, even with AI, to do things like a multiplayer version where you could choose different characters on Phantom Squad and then play together? Is that like completely like the next level of involvement and development, or is that possible?
It's coming out in a month or two. But no, so the multiplayer, the technical part, well, after 2 years of working on it, is easy. But the problem is that capturing the fun. So multiplayer, once you change characters, each one of them has his own way of fighting. And you have Ghost, which is the sniper. So it's a totally different game. So now you have to balance this so it'll still be fun. So right now we balance it just for one character. So the technical is that I would say it's the easy part, but keeping it fun, that's why, by the way, that's why we released it a bit early. So you guys at home can tell us is it fun? What could make it more fun? because we can actually take all the comments, drop them in, and have a better version actually next Thursday.
Wow. Well, and I think many of us, looking at some of the folks who have joined us, I see Nikki and Gerard. I know for those who again don't know Christopher all that well, one of the things I really enjoyed about getting to know him is the ability to get to know him. He is very interactive, very engaging. So translating that here to the game, I think I would invite everyone who plays it, if you've got feedback and comments, I think, Chris, you know how to reach Christopher, and I think he would love to hear from you about the gameplay and how you found it. And if there's any suggestions or requests, I'm pretty sure he will appreciate hearing from you.
Here's one right now. I just played 10 minutes. It's awesome so far. I wish I could walk and not just run all the time.
True. Yeah.
But it's awesome. That's so cool.
There we go.
There we go. I love it. Thank you for your kind words, Dan. That means a lot. I love you, buddy. You're amazing.
You know what? This is and for those who don't know, the reason I have a nickname. You want to explain that, Christopher?
God, I was hoping this would be, lost in the annals of time. It's not. So, Dan has been very faithful. This is great for you, Alon and Miriam, to know. And my buddy Dan, who's watching, says, "I love you too." That's so funny. Dan Wong has read faithfully numerous books of mine before they came out to give critical feedback and editorial review, and he's been a great sounding board over the years for many things. And he made the credits portion of, I try to put people's names into the books if they've contributed in some way, just as a small gesture. I'd say thank you. And
Wait. So my name will going to be in the next book?
Absolutely, Miriam.
Okay.
You heard it here, folks.
There you go.
You're in. So anyway, the book goes to print. I mean, it's published. It's out. And Dan, who first noticed? Was it you that first noticed it?
Yes. So this is the book in question. Kogarachi's Run. This is one of Christopher's books from his Infinita series. I had the privilege of being the editor. I'll see if I can show it on the camera.
His editing credit. It's not a small thing. It's not like a little amendment in the back of the book. It's
see if I can show it there.
Edited by Dang Wong.
And so I get the book. I'm grateful. I see the inscription. I like it. I turn to that. No ego here, of course. And I text him and I said, "You had one job. I was the only page I didn't have to proofread."
The only thing outside of his purview. The only thing. It fell on me and I completely botched it. Thank you. Hey, I stand by this comment right here from G-Nubs. This is it right here. Guess the editor missed it. Oh, well.
Miss what they don't see.
We're getting a compliment about the hardcover. Your hardcover there, Dan. Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful.
I have a stack of, I have a Christopher Hopper mini shrine, as it were. So this game is just one of the many different ways he expresses and puts out his characters and his ideas into the world. So I think when I first heard about the game, I thought it's about time.
So cool.
Your books, your characters are meant for it, right? So
thanks, Dan. Well, literally, this would not have been possible without Alon, without Ben, Alona, Miriam, the whole team over there. They've just been incredible, and I feel so fortunate to have met them. And I feel like I have friends, not just colleagues in creative work, but it's like you get bonded through these experiences. It's special. It's apropos for the books too. It's how teams are formed through adversity and creative problem solving and solution finding and all that stuff. It's great.
So art imitates life and life imitates art, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the development again. This is one of the more interesting things I was finding again, because I have zero experience and knowledge of this. So any bit of information or me trying to learn it, I think understand is great. so maybe, Alon, I'll ask this question of you. What's the most most misunderstood part of game development? And if you can, if there's anything you can share about Runes of the Earth that you want players to know or appreciate.
So the problem is that what we wanted to do is to make games so easy to make that now you can make them for like anything from the Hoppe universe, from anything. Otherwise, you just get like the top 3 authors of the world making games. And that requires a huge amount of AI that doesn't really work properly yet. So we're basically we're proofreading a lot of the AI. And sometimes we miss things and they show up in the game. So we were working on another project we told it make a game about Red Riding Hood, and we forgot about it. It was running in the background. Suddenly, Wick is chasing after Red Riding Hood, and she has a machine gun. So a lot of the stuff is just happening just because there's so many moving parts that they all really, it's terrible. Games are so complicated to make, and with AI, it's even worse. And we're pushing the envelope on everything, not just on one thing. So we keep getting those weird mistakes. By the way, we have behind the scenes footage of that, just in case. So that we had a lot of these weird surprises, even today at like 4 o'clock. So this is the most, usually games are made like step by step over many years. And this is like, no, let's just drop the book and generate one and start working to see what doesn't work.
So is the Red Riding Hood level, is that like a secret level that's only going to be accessible to,
I'm not sure.
I love it. I love it. It's perfect. It's perfect.
So go ahead, Christopher.
No, you go, Dan. I have to go get something real quick. I'll be right back.
So Alon, so in terms of the game so far, like what part of it took much longer for it to be developed or for it to come to fruition than you expected, even with AI?
So we got the basic framework working really fast. Well, shooting, running around, that's very standard.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just to make it feel right. It's more than an 80-20 problem. It's like we did the first 20% is just getting it running. Oh,
there's Moose.
When you said something, I had some I thought, yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Alon. I just had to get Moose.
No, I just forgot what I was saying, but that's okay.
What's that?
No, I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
We can just stop talking now and just
The rest of the evening is just be watching Moose. So
yeah.
That's right. I interrupted it. He was eating
playing the game. He likes the,
He really does. Yeah, he really likes the game. Probably a little too much. We've had to cut him off. Screen time. He's reaching his allotment like crazy. So, okay. Yeah. Continue. I'll be right back. Continue.
Yeah. Sorry. No. So, even right now, we're playing it. It has to be the control. Everything has to be like smooth. It has to be fun. You want to make the next corner. You want to make the next mission, and we're still halfway there, but it's getting much better now. Now we got through the first one where it feels like a fun game. So now every part of it has to be fun. And the other thing is that it needs to remind you of the book every 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And we don't know the number. It's unknowable in a sense. And it could be different for different people. But at least for us, it has to feel like, okay, I know this corner. Oh, that's how they look like in real life. We had a lot of problems with aliens. Getting the right models to work. This was an interesting, because at first they were aliens, but they weren't really dangerous. They didn't look dangerous. So a lot of the stuff is just like, okay, we got it running, but now we have to make it fun and as close to the feeling of the book as possible. Not the actual, but the feeling of it.
Yeah, I really like the some of the iterations of the first rounds of Androckedons were pretty funny. Like you said, they weren't really scary, but you realize there are some things about them that are difficult. For instance, they have a like the hyperextended knee on the leg, which is a weird joint to describe. They have a vertical mouth, which is always interesting to try to prompt and to try to create. So it's lots of these little things that you don't expect to become problematic suddenly rear their heads, and you have to be creative in how you come up with solutions. So, yeah.
And in the course of the development, was there any what I'll call kind of, 90-degree pivots or things that really had to change dramatically in any aspect of the development of the game or the functionality?
I think that we didn't have to do 90%. Even with our tools, 90% is easy. Like 180 would be a problem, right? But 90 is like, okay, but yeah, we had to give up on some of the cool things about the book. We still don't have Ghost. We don't have a sniper. Some of the weapons we don't have we don't have grenades yet. So this is stuff we said, okay, we could really push it in, but to make it fun, like, I don't know if I should say making a grenade fun, but I guess, it's the right audience, I guess.
That's right. We understand. We understand.
Yeah. So this type of stuff, I know, by the way, the second book is going to be much tougher. There's so much stuff going on there that we haven't seen before. The distances are there. I don't know if we still can do flying, like aerial combat could be interesting.
Speaking of that, so Inside the Booth TV, this is Dan, asks, how long are you going to evolve the game? Like making updates and stuff. Is it going to be worked on still? And I think that's a fear, right? Is people release stuff and then it just falls by the wayside. I was like, oh, flash in the pan. That was nice. And then we move on. Attention is short. So is that something that kind of what you're saying speaks to that question, Ilan?
Yes. The first few iterations are going to happen in the first few months. We're going to have a delay, like it's not going to be every week, but we're also working, and it's also the vision for us. It's in 4 to 6 months, Christopher is going to get the whole tool. And he can make it by himself at home.
Wow.
So that's the vision, not to have us. We'll with the tools, and then he can say, okay, let's try this, play it after, right now it's about 17 minutes to create the whole game. It's going to be about 5 minutes. And say, okay, I'm releasing it. He can do it if he feels, the weekend spent making another game. And by the way, I thought about making a prequel.
Wow. Oh, okay. Okay.
I like what I'm hearing. Okay.
Very good. I need to know more, Ilan. I need to know more.
Okay. We'll stay on after the talk and we'll start doing
Except for you, it's like 5 a.m. right now, 4:45, right?
I'm drinking Namibian coffee liquor.
Hey. These guys are hardcore. Miriam is in Boston, so she's suffering a bit with us, Dan, here at 9:45 Eastern. But Ilan, he's truly burning the midnight and pre-morning oil now. So, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the crack of dawn in his window behind him.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So Ilan, does the platform for like Ghost could you do like, I'm just guessing here, suggestions, have a specific like sniper level that is, slightly, very different in terms of the game format, but, focus on very, specific characters and their expertise and their weapons. Is that a thing?
Yeah, that could a sniper is more of a level that's not, you don't move a lot. You're Overwatch. You get maybe like 2 or 3 positions. And you have a specific mission, or we can just add, and it's still in development, but we want to put like a special sniper button that wherever he is, you can just mark one enemy and kill it with one shot. But you can only have it every few minutes.
Right. Right.
So that's a bit more tactical. That gets a bit into the spirit of the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I honestly liked when the drones appeared. That was something I wasn't expecting. I'm always focused on the Death Angels and Androcketan ground troops, but the very first things we see from the Androcketan Empire in the opening of the book are the drones. And so when they came out, and then you improved on them this week too, by the way, I was like, oh, they're super cool. So that's what you first encounter in the game now, which I think is a nice little ode, little tip of the hat, if you will, to the book source material, which I think is great.
Right. And so, Christopher, dreaming time. If this goes as well as you hope, or even better, what's next? Is it Runes of the Galaxy? Is it more platforms? Is it expansion? What would you love to see? What can we do as your fans and people who will play the game and share the word? What can we do to help make that a reality?
Gosh, well, that's really kind. I think what Elon mentioned, what they both said, is the idea that we can take the feedback and integrate that. I think this is something that is unique to this period technologically. And I was just speaking to a really good friend about this. Before, as a writer, if I were to submit the manuscript to a whole bunch of people, beta readers, to get feedback, I have to weigh whether or not that is an actionable step that's good for the manuscript. So there's a decision there. And then if I do, I have to figure out a way to incorporate that, which sometimes can be exhaustive. Like to go back through an entire manuscript and make one change, but is consistent across the board. Traditionally, that could take days. Now I can do that as a writer in seconds, which again goes back to that idea of freeing me up to be more creative in other areas. I say that because I think the same thing happens here in game design, which is before it was like people say they want feedback with their project, but they really don't because it's too painful, it's too laborious, takes too much time to incorporate. We have flipped the script on that. Now it's like, no, we want the feedback. The feedback makes this better. And so it's almost like we have the ability to iterate and create based on what people really want to see and identifying problems that we really need to fix. And we can do it in record time. And so I think that is something that true creatives and people who are thinking ahead of the curve are excited about, because I'm no longer fearful of feedback. I actually invite it. I want it. So that's kind of a long way around to get to your question. What can you do, or what could I envision? I think on what you could do and to the fan base is like, hey, what are the stories that I have created that you want to see in game form? That's number one. And be specific if there are things like, hey, I want to see this character. Like I want to see Kit in Infinita going on some expedition. We can make that happen. Like that's really special. It almost becomes a voting system at this point because the ideas would be infinite, but we need the ideas. Like, what do you want to see? And then I think, just continue to spread the word, download the game, talk to your friends, and recommend the books, whether on Audible or print or digital, whatever it might be. It's just, again, one more way to enjoy the richness of the world building that has allowed thousands and thousands of people to fall in love with these characters and these stories. We just get to do it in this is very modal, right? It's a modality. It's just a different way to tell the stories and entertain and delight people in new ways.
And in many of our conversation, Christopher, use that word delight often. And I'm going to pair that now with fun. That's been mentioned so many times tonight. I think, the times I've played the game, it has been fun. It really is a way to connect with your characters and just, Runes of the Earth in a very different way. But just, again, the voices, the context, it almost feels like you're there now. So I really enjoyed that. You mentioned feedback. So what's the best way for people who are finally convinced to download the game and play it to give feedback so it actually reaches the right people? How, Christopher, how can people do that?
That's a great question. On my side of things, the easiest way to do that is to join my communities, whether on Facebook or primarily on Discord. That's really where I hang out the most. People can email me at christopher@christopherhopper.com, and we take all this stuff. And again, I just dump it to Elon, so he's the one who goes, hey, this is how I throw all my garbage on Elon and let him deal with it.
No, we had some really good suggestions on the alpha. Some of them were incorporated.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, it was wonderful to hear. And even for people who don't necessarily game, but were like, hey, this thing frustrated me, or I didn't know what to do over here. Like, that's super valuable. That's really, really valuable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know, Miriam, we haven't asked you too many questions, but I'm curious now. How are you spreading the word on Runes of the Earth and Christopher Hopper? Is it just are you just pushing it on all your channels, or any particular method that you found actually quite effective or interesting?
So at the beginning, the early beginning, I thought that will be a good idea to create something with Christopher face to make any connection to the book and to the face, because I didn't know if most of Christopher fans will recognize him at first. And it was very important for me that on social media, they will see his face and immediately understand that, oh, we love his books and we want to join a community and we want to try to play the game. So at the beginning, I thought we should do some post videos and photos of Christopher with his books, etc., and promote it. But eventually, all the videos and photos that Christopher shares just got such a big amount of love from his fan base, which are definitely follows him and definitely want more books, but definitely want to be connected with anything he just released. So I think even if Christopher say that he released, I don't know, a TV series or a merch, just sell the week fitted that Elon just sneak peeked us, everyone would like that. So I think the game was a great idea to take the audience and take the fans to the real world they imagine and give them a sneak peek into his mind and to Elon's minds. So
I don't want to go there.
Yeah. So we didn't need actually specific strategy. When I just saw that everything Christopher just published on his social media just catch the fans' eyes, it was a strategy.
Was it a challenge, Mary, when you first saw the first photo and thought, my goodness, he's got a face for radio?
No, not at all. Again, when I saw the background, I knew that that's going to be really easy for me. And I was I told him before, look, you're going to get so much homework and you will need to shoot from up, from down. You need to take Moose and put him on the bed and put a thing on him, and you need to do that and that. And he just provide, he just said everything I wanted. So I was like, okay, I just need to edit and I just need to ask.
Miriam is so detailed. Alana, I know you know this, but she is so detailed, and the Google Docs that she sends me with all the criteria of all the things that need to be shot and when and the deadlines, I'm like, yeah, Miriam, if you ever need a second job, or if Elon doesn't treat you right, just let me know, okay?
I will.
It makes it. It sounds like I could use something like that in my life to help keep me organized and tell me exactly what.
Whoa, Dan, I have first
Actually,
dibs
I
here.
just think that Christopher is just afraid, He just don't want to mess with me right now.
I'm terrified if I don't meet her requirements. What is Miriam gonna do to me? She looks sweet, but she's like, "Acha."
It's not that far from Boston to New York.
Yeah,
so.
3-4 hours away, right? We're driving.
Oh my God, it's good. It's good.
So yeah, Miriam, what about working with Christopher do you find enjoyable, if anything? I don't want to presuppose, but
I mean, Dan, if I'll send you the backstage footage, you will understand. Okay, that was the best part, to get everything. Like Chris is like, "Hi everyone, I want to." Again. Okay, hi everyone. It was so lovely and charming, and I want to do like a full video from the backstage, from the footage that left out.
No, Miriam, you have to know the backstory to this. There's a family joke that has been going on for years, and it's primarily motivated by my wife, by Jennifer, because she's like, "Babe, you are horrible on recorded video." And she's not being mean. She's 100% true. She's like, "I don't understand how you can stand on a stage in front of like 20,000 people live and be completely like put together complete sentences, live video, just like this. You're fine. But the moment that you're like alone in a room, or you have somebody and it's recorded and it's not live, it's like you can't function." And it's so true. I am the worst. I am so bad. And so Miriam, she's like, "I want to see it all." Like, I don't know if this is like her fetish or what, but she's like, "Send it all to me." I'm like, "Okay." And so, yeah, there were like 15 takes of me. "Hey, I'm Christopher Hanama. Hey, I'm Christopher Hanama. Hey."
Yeah, exactly.
She's not kidding.
Yeah.
So Miriam, I think so. I'm not sure if you're aware. The HopperCon is an event that will be happening in a few months' time, and what you've described, I think, could be content that would be a welcomed event or part of HopperCon for people who attend. So I'm not saying that you need to send me the videos, but
It does need to be a.
I mean, it depends on the budget you have,
I'm sure we can crowdsource the Hopperverse for enough to
Okay.
purchase the rights of that.
Oh my
Okay, let's
God.
discuss this later.
Jeez. You're all
We'll
dead
have
to
my
me.
people talk to your people. All right.
You're all dead to me.
But I do want my name in the next book.
Done. Miriam is done. It's a done deal.
Okay.
I might even put yours in front of Ilan's too. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, first billing. Yeah.
But you do know that Christopher has a very bad habit of giving characters very short lifespans.
I'm fine with that. Again, I have something that he wants to stay like confident. So,
Oh, leverage. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Miriam looks sweet, but she's super threatening. I don't know if anybody. Ilan, I feel bad for you. I'm starting to understand your work life better now. So, jeez.
so I guess maybe just recognizing we're coming up on the hour, so maybe it's kind of some closing questions. And I'm just looking at. We see Robert just joined. Oh, good to see you, Robert, and Nikki as always. Yeah. So if there's questions that you want to throw in the chat, by all means, we have some time. I get so Christopher, question for you. What do you want people to do right after the stream ends? What would you love them to do?
I would love them to grab the app or on their app store, grab the game. See, it's happening right now. I can't talk straight. It could be because I'm turning into a pumpkin. It's 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm done. No, go to your app store, search Ruins of the Earth. The game will pop up. Download it, enjoy it, have fun with it. There are 2 levels available for you right now, with more to come, as Ilan has said. And tell a friend. Let people know.
And then go to the social media and comment. What did you think? Okay.
That's the magic right there. So
There
Mary
it
knows
is.
how to make it work.
It's
So.
not magic. It's just a threat.
I'm trying to steer it positive, and she just brings it back to threat. So
She's ruthless. You see what
I
I
tried.
put up with for months. God.
but again, like this is it's free, no strings attached. Like I think Christopher, frankly, you're going to be you should be worried people are going to think this is too good to be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are so generous, and this is just one of the many ways you've been generous to your fans and the people who you want to join the Hopperverse. So, but you know, it's great that you are making it available like this, and I just, you know, putting this out there for people just to enjoy what you've created. I think that's really, you know, I think it's very different. I don't think there's that many other authors and people who create things that do what you do. So,
Oh, thanks, Dan.
yeah.
I have been fortunate to be surrounded by very generous people, and Ilan, Miriam, Ben, Alona, everybody at Playo has been just as generous, if not more so, with their time, expertise, insights. This has truly been a group, a team project of love, of keeping it fun, and delighting fans with the characters and the story that they know and love. So yeah, it's a group thing. It's a team thing.
And Christopher, you definitely involved a lot of people along the way. So I think those people have really enjoyed the opportunity and had the chance to, you know, be part of that. I think that, again, you've just built a community and an environment that is very different. And I think it really shows.
Thank you, my friend.
And Ilan, so where should people follow you and keep up with Playo on what you're up to and what's in store for you and your company?
I think we're still under the radar of a lot. We're 9 people. That's the whole company. We're not growing that fast. We rather take it slow and do the job right. So you're not going to hear about us a lot in the next 4 to 6 months. But we will update. We're on the Discord server with Christopher. So if something really cool comes along, we'll just drop it there and hope everybody likes it.
Oh, I think we'll keep an eye out for that and look forward to it. I think with the way you've described how AI is really changing the game development environment and how you and Playo are really taking advantage of that, it's, you know, I may give up my day job and start doing this. So
It will give everybody on the server like an early access to the editing tools
Wow.
in a few months. So everybody can basically start making games.
wow, that is incredible and powerful. I think just, you know, the in the next 12 to 18 months, it'd be incredible to see what will happen in this environment, in this space. So
Yeah.
and Miriam, I guess in terms of has one thing actually I wanted to ask you at the outset, which I actually forgot. Do you have a lot of experience or had prior to meeting Christopher a lot of exposure to the sci-fi genre, whether it's movies or books or audiobooks?
Not at all. Not at all. I just think, well, when I start talk with Christopher, I just like become familiar with this amazing world, and I just start to explore. But I had no experience before that.
Well, and
We
now
were the we were the gateway drug.
Yeah.
another convert.
Another
Yeah.
convert. So that makes me happy, Miriam, though. I think it's important though, because you also brought a freshness like to the people who don't know the genre. You relate to that. And so I think that's been really really helpful for us as a team. So
Someone asked if I didn't watch Star Wars, and I'm really ashamed that I have not.
Oh,
what? This is happening live on camera. Oh my goodness.
I mean, Ilan's face are terrifying me right now. I think I'll take your offer to work for you, because I think tomorrow morning I will find myself on the street.
You won't have a job. Oh my goodness. Yes, like the one thing you do. She's gone. And she's gone. Ilan just hit the red button on her feed. She's done. All the internet at the house is shut down.
I think there's career development goals for Miriam now. I think hopefully over the next few months she'll be watching many episodes of Star Wars. So.
That was my favorite part of the show tonight. It's just her feet just goes done. And there's Ilan, he's just smiling like a Cheshire cat. Oh, it's so funny. Oh God. Oh.
Oh, now we're down to 3.
And then there were 3.
I don't know. But
It's
Christopher, I guess,
fitting.
I guess any final words? You're the man of the hour here. Love to have you end this with any comments or thoughts you have that you haven't shared yet.
I think Alon is the man of the hour.
No,
That's
no,
very kind to
I'm an
say.
enabler. You're the creator.
I'm an enabler. Yeah, we're in mental health therapy here. No, I am so grateful to Alon and his team. This has been an incredible journey, one I hope continues. And more than anything, I've made friends through this process, and that's the most wonderful thing in our creative endeavors. Is not just that we have business relationships or colleagues or connections, who do you know, but to actually say, hey, this person is a friend of mine. That is really special. And I think that's what I take away. Like at the end of my days, all of this creative work that we've done, I get to say I met some of the most wonderful people of my life. And Alon, Miriam, their team would be in that category. And I'm so indebted to them. Very grateful to them. They're brilliant. Their ingenuity and resiliency, and I mean, he's still up, right? He's been up all for like 48
I'm gonna watch
hours.
Star Wars again.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's what it's all about, is the people that you meet along the way. That's what makes it special. That's what the stories are about. And the game is no different. So yeah. And Dan, thank you for hosting tonight. Really, you're the man.
It was my pleasure and privilege, and to have the opportunity to chat with you as always, and Alon and Miriam. I think just again to learn more about the game and to appreciate all of the hard work that went behind the scenes and what we don't see but get to enjoy through the game. I encourage everyone who's joining us today or will listen to this, just spread the word. I think this is a game. I think if this is the gateway to Christopher Runes of the Earth, I think this would be a great way. I think it is, for those who haven't checked out the books or the audiobooks, check it out. Like they're a blast. So I can't remember how many times I've listened to this series, Christopher, but it's many. So
Awesome. Alon, anything final that you want to say? Last words?
Wow. No, we'll meet you again next week with more levels.
Can't wait. I can't wait. This guy is unbelievable.
It's a hidden gem, Christopher. I think you shouldn't have done this, because I think you needed to keep Alon and Miriam kind of like tucked away in the corner in the closet, because you don't want them to be shared with the world. You want to hold on to them.
Yes.
But no, I'm kidding. I think Alon and Miriam, if more people can benefit from what you can provide and the skills you have, I think that they're excellent. I think if this is any indication, I am looking forward to seeing what Playo will be doing in the next 4 to 6 months and beyond. So it's a great beginning.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dan, for hosting us tonight. Oh, and Miriam is magically back.
Perfect timing.
Well, Miriam, anything else you would like to add before we sign off tonight?
No, it was a pleasure, and I cannot wait to see all your comments after playing the game. And yeah, I'm excited.
Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining. Those who are live in the comments, I've been watching that all the way through, and it's great to see people's level of engagement. And there's Nikki. I think you spelled cult member wrong.
That's right.
And for those who will be watching this afterwards, again, I think check out the game. Reach out to Miriam, Alon, and Christopher on how you enjoyed the game, and love to stay connected to everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.